Skeet Eli versus the Internet, Episode 3. I am Skeet. My friend Eli and I here have come to tell you why you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with a woman that hustles like a man, cooks like your mom, has sex appeal like a stripper, and makes you laugh like a best friend.
You can go very wrong. I think there's something wrong if your ideal description of a woman contains the word stripper.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like that would be really annoying if she was like an actual hustler and then you try to play pool with her and she just always wins.
That would be kind of annoying, yeah.
It just seems really unfair. I mean, I want some balance in this relationship, really.
Would you gamble with her? Because as long as you don't gamble,
yeah.
I mean, it's technically...
It is a little annoying, but you know. I mean, when you're describing her as a stripper, I assume this guy probably is dumb enough to gamble with her,
Probably.
and then it turns out she actually is a stripper, and then she runs away with all your money, and
Yeah,
it's
then
just
she went for
everything
pool.
does go wrong. You can go very wrong with a woman like that. Makes me laugh like a best friend, so, you know, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, why? Just get a best friend, frick. Get a best friend that
I
cooks.
don't have friends. Friends aren't real. Friends are an illusion.
Mostly, yeah.
Oh, yes. Mick Dyke, the best person on the internet to listen to. Innocent until proven guilty in rape cases? What about the innocence of the victim? You're accusing someone of lying about being raped. You're taking the side of the person who probably did it. But you're more likely to take the 8% chance that the person lied. If that person doesn't tell you how society views rape, then rape feminism.
Okay, so, I want to just point out what you're saying here. So, one, you're going against our legal system. Two, in Canada, the false rape allegation statistic is 10%. In US, it is 8%. But anyways, going by the Canadian statistic, because I'm Canadian, you're saying that for every 100 rape cases, you're sending 10 innocent people to jail. Just think about that for a second. You're ruining 10 people's lives for every 100 people that actually did a crime. But we should just believe the victim and send everybody to jail because that, you know, a woman says raped them. So, you know,
I mean, like,
it's good.
who cares about fair trial or anything? I mean, no big deal. Yeah, and it's like, where does this statistic come from? Does this statistic come from actual proven rapes where there's like physical evidence on both people, or does it just come from convictions and the people that get away with it? Because I think it's just based on convictions, like 92 to 98.5% that it's going to be a conviction for it, even if it didn't happen.
The 10% statistic that I used earlier was people who admitted that they falsely accused someone of rape. So that statistic could very well be a lot higher.
Exactly, that's just the admittance rate, like.
And especially in Canada, with feminism being very popular, the definition of rape has been kind of skewed a lot, so just talking to a person wrong could be considered rape.
Yeah, feminism is going to be the death of us all.
Probably. At least us men.
Alright. Oh, Chris Rock, you are a genius.
Call me crazy, but I hope someday women have more rights than guns do.
Guns are sentient beings, everyone remember that.
Guns can also vote.
Ah, man, you know what I hate? I hate when I have to go and register my women. It's the worst, going through all that process. Yesterday, the cops pulled me over and they took my woman because I didn't have my papers. Yeah, what is this even in reference to? Like, what rights is he saying that we have that women don't? I don't know where he's getting this idea. Oh, yes.
The ridiculous thing is that I'm pretty smart, but at the same time I managed to be the dumbest person alive. No, pretty sure you're just dumb. Just saying.
I think you just missed the part at the top there. OMG, that's totally me. It's really clever. You see it rhymes. The ridiculous thing is that you somehow think you can be the dumbest person alive and simultaneously be pretty smart. I don't think those things go together. I'm sorry. I believe we talked about words not like that not working in the first episode. You know, these things don't coexist.
Yeah, like, I want to know what you're judging you being dumb on.
Yeah, you can see smart people do stupid things, and dumb people sometimes even do smart things. But you're either stupid or you're smart. You can't be both. There's no magic in between where you like sit in between the two. No, you're either stupid or you're smart.
Yeah, that's...
This is absolutely ridiculous. Oh yes, freaking best case ever. Why in the H did this guy have a gun? The man's mother asked. Parents of Pizza Hut robbery suspect question why employee shot killed their son.
Okay, so this headline should read, why did the store owner protect, or employee of the store protect their store from being robbed?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good question. I love how the mom asks the question, though. It's just like, why did this guy have a gun? And it's like, well, I mean, there's people that are willing to rob a Pizza Hut? Yeah, Pizza Hut. I think that makes it pretty evident why he had a gun.
Yeah, that's like for cases like this.
Yeah, just in case someone comes in and, tried to rob them.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
She's not your girl unless she gets mad at you for absolutely nothing.
No, I'm pretty sure she can be my girl and not get mad at me for absolutely nothing. I'm gonna pick a woman who's reasonable and, has a brain.
I hope that my girl doesn't, get mad at me for absolutely nothing. Usually when she's mad at me for a reason. And I'm pretty sure she's still my girlfriend, but, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, she doesn't get mad at you for absolutely nothing, so I think you're being lied to.
Probably.
Yeah. Clearly, she's not yours. That's how we should base our relationships. I love finding these things, because it's like, man, the internet has such a beautiful view on relationships. They're really teaching me. I'm glad we're spreading this. Donald Trump said pregnancy is very inconvenient for business. Like his mother's pregnancy hasn't been very inconvenient for the whole world.
Well, I mean, the second statement is just false, and the first claim is absolutely true. Pregnancy is inconvenient for business because they get maternity leave and then they're out an employee and then they have to put up with not having that employee, or they have to find a temporary employee, or they have to get one of their employees to cover their shift. It is very inconvenient for business. Then after the child is born, then they might quit to raise their child and you have no idea. It is an inconvenience for employers when their employees get pregnant. I don't see how you can say differently.
Yeah, I don't know what's supposed to be negative about this statement. It's like they thought of this as a joke and they just thought it was really clever and they didn't realize their first statement is perfectly fine because Donald Trump is right.
Yeah.
And his mother's pregnancy has not been inconvenient for the whole world. That makes absolutely no sense because he hasn't done anything negative to the whole world. This was before he was even elected.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid. It's like he's fed the economy, I guess.
And he's given people jobs, and, he donated a whole bunch to the AIDS crisis, and,
Yeah, inconvenient, guys. This is just, he's ruining us. Tearing me apart. Yeah, guys, he's Hitler. Donald Trump is Hitler. Expect the Gestapo any day now.
He's white, and he breathes. He's Hitler.
It's definitely not an insult to people who actually got killed by the Gestapo.
No, not at all.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can read this one.
Before you say yes, get him angry, see him scared, see him wanting, see him sick. Stress changes a person. Find out if he drinks, and if he does, get him drunk. You'll learn more about his sober thoughts. Discover his addictions, see if he puts you in front of them. You can't change people, baby girl. If they are made one way, it doesn't just wear off. If you hate how he acts when he's out of it now, you're going to hate it much worse 8 years down the road. You might love him to bits, but it doesn't change the fact that some people just don't fit.
Well, you're not gonna fit if you treat him like that. Don't get him angry. Don't want to see him scared. You shouldn't want to that. You shouldn't want to see him wanting. You should want to help him. And you shouldn't want to see him sick, because that's just not a good thing. You should want to help him stay happy. You should want to avoid anger. You should avoid being scared of things, because you don't want fear to enter your relationship. You don't want to see him wanting. He should be happy and sufficient with what he's got. And you shouldn't want to see him sick because, sickness can kill people.
And also, you shouldn't want to get him wasted, because that's just not a good plan.
No. Yes, everyone, don't worry, we got this. The best way to save your relationship, turn your boyfriend into an alcoholic. There are no negative things that could possibly come from this.
And you'll learn more about his sober thoughts. Okay, so let's talk about what happens when you get drunk. Your brain deteriorates in its ability to discern things that are logical. It loses its ability to function properly. When it loses its ability to function properly, it doesn't have any thoughts that are sober, because sober thoughts are thoughts that are created when your brain is functioning properly. When someone says, "Wow, I wonder if I could ride a cow to the moon," when they're drunk, it isn't what they think when they're sober. I hope. Okay? But that's not those aren't sober thoughts. It's just such a stupid statement.
Yeah, the idea, the whole, a drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts is completely wrong. I've talked to people while they're drunk, and I've talked to people while they're sober, and they're completely different people, and it's not because the thoughts that were already there come out. It's because they're not actually restraining their thoughts anymore. They don't have control over their emotion and ideal, and so they just kind of go with whatever makes sense in the moment, which doesn't make any sense at a later time.
Or at all in, like, the current time.
Like, some people when they're drunk will find the same joke funny for about 5 hours, and I don't think those people find the same joke that funny when they sober up.
That's a good point.
Yeah, man, there's so much to cover with this one. This could have been like a whole episode all on its own.
It could have been, because this is just awful. And
it is.
You might love him to bits, but it doesn't change the fact that some people just don't fit. If you love him, he will fit, unless you're basing your love off of attraction.
Unless you are following this for some reason.
No.
You can't change people, baby girl. Everyone, focus on the fact that they called them baby girl. This post is now very insightful.
Yeah. And personal. Okay, but then if you hate how he acts when he's out of it now, you're going to hate it much worse 8 years down the road. Now, you got some of it right, okay?
Yeah, that's like the one thing they got right in this entire thing.
But even then, like, when you hate how he acts when he's out of it now, emphasis on the words when he's out of it. So when something's going wrong in his life, and basically when something goes wrong and you don't like it, then you should just break up with him, because when something goes wrong 8 years down the road, you're going to hate it. No, you should work through those problems, and you should help him get through those times when he's not doing well. Now, it almost got it right if, it said something like, if you hate habits that he does now, or if you hate a characteristic about him, that you are going to hate it more like 8 years down the road. But you had to put when he's out of it. It's so stupid. This is why the divorce rate is so high, because people just, when things get hard, you just quit. Great.
Because, some people just don't fit, so if it doesn't fit, you can't do it.
And if, you're going through a hard time, it's just cut off all of your responsibilities and just...
Yeah, no big deal.
Be selfish.
So you missed a sentence. It says if they are made one way, it doesn't just wear off. Well, actually, you're not made one way. You choose to be the way that you are.
That's true.
And it can change. It doesn't just wear off, but it can change. There's a word in there that you guys seem to have missed. Change. So you got the doesn't change, but you got to take out the doesn't, because sometimes it does.
Like talking about the addiction thing, people get over addictions. They change. Yeah. It's just stupid. Made me dumber.
I am more stupid from having read this.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Some people just don't fit is so wrong, because it's not something that just happens. Love just doesn't work on its own. You have to work for it. Love is not easy. Oh, my gosh.
Okay. This shirt has sparked national controversy. White Twitter explodes after ESPN hosts wear a Caucasian's shirt to call out Cleveland Indians. Logo, I'm assuming. A mascot to show white people what it's like to be stereotyped. How you like that, white people?
I've got a message for you. We are both white, and we don't care. I honestly find that quite comedic. I feel like he wasn't actually angry. I feel like he just wore that just to be funny.
And he was. It was like, it wasn't hilarious, but I mean, like, it was fairly funny.
If I saw that in public, I'd laugh at it.
I would. Like, I don't know a white person that would get offended by this. However, I do know a lot of white people that would get offended if it was another race.
Yeah, exactly. See, we're more concerned about other people than we are about ourselves. I really don't care. Caucasians. A mascot to show white people what it's like to be stereotyped, okay? Whatever. I don't care.
And I'm pretty sure that Native people aren't upset about the Indians' logo and name. It's just white people virtue signaling and being like, oh, that's racist. Guys, we gotta ban it. But I'm pretty sure Native people don't care.
You know, there's like a big thing about this a few years ago where a bunch of people wanted it changed, and I guess it still hasn't changed because we found this. And it was like, so it didn't change because nobody actually cares. Thanks. I'm sorry, where are y'all finding these guys at? Narnia. It's not even a question at the end, I love that. It's just no question mark. Narnia. It's a statement.
Yeah.
They are finding these guys at Narnia.
Yeah.
No. I have something to say. I'll tell you where they're finding them. They are looking with their eyes.
And not at clubs. They're not just going after the first attractive guy that they meet.
Yeah, I mean, you see an attractive guy at a party while you're drunk, and suddenly he's your boyfriend, and then you wonder why you can't find a guy like this. Well, I think you might need to just heighten your standard a little bit.
Yeah, and talking about heightening standards, girls always complain that guys are terrible and whatnot, but you do realize that if you raised your standards for guys, you would start seeing better guys, because guys well, unless they're gay, but guys basically live to satisfy a girl and get a girl's attention. Now, whether or not that's a good thing for guys to do, it's just true. Guys will strive to be better to earn a girl. But when you have standards that are, hey, he's attractive, then guys aren't going to try to improve their character. They aren't going to try and be better people because they don't have to be. But if you just raise your standards, you would see better guys.
Yeah. It helps when you actually look for these guys, because they're not going to come looking for you when you're going around with a bunch of man whores, and I say that in the most literal way because they basically sell themselves for women.
Yeah.
Freaking these rape cases just make me so triggered. I become upset. Okay.
So he's going to trial for child rape, but she... What? Think about what you were going to say after the word she. Really think, because whatever comes after the word she must be worse than child rape to you. Okay, no, but I'm not going to criticize someone for going to trial for a rape case, because guess what, guys? Like we discussed earlier, 10% of guys that are accused of rape probably didn't do it. So I'm just saying, innocent till proven guilty. It's been our legal system for a long time, and it has been a good legal system.
Yeah. And what if after the she it starts with a made a false rape accusation? Yeah, okay, I thought about this, and that's what I'm gonna say, because that's what happened.
That is
in
what
half
happened.
of these situations. A lot of, even parents will, teach their kids to do these things to get rid of someone they just don't like. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's pretty dumb. Okay, well, it's all over now.
Well,
that is Skeet and Eli, episode 3. Everyone get wrecked. Everyone go like our Twitter and our Tumblr. Amen, hallelujah. Goodbye.